Hey, I'm Brother Steve from Hollywood, California. Well, you know what? The Saints are watching, the friends are watching, and the entrepreneurs are watching too. Why is today a great show? For one reason. Let me shed some light to this situation. Because one, I'm here, and two, you are here. Now, some people say, is Dr. Carter going to give away that $500? No, she's not. Is she going to invest in my business tonight? No, she's not. Is she going to give me some tips and tools to help me with my business? Yes, she is. Can I talk to her in person? Yes, you can. Now, there's 10 people who want to talk to her in person. And guess what? We're going to make that opportunity available for you. Very simple. It's going to be so simple. It's going to be so you get to talk to her, you get to shake her, you get to take a selfie like I do every time in person. Maybe you can launch your business. Maybe you can build an empire. Maybe you can do something you wanted to do, but maybe you can have it your way.
From Hollywood.
Yo, DJ, are you done mixing yet?
Your DJ has only just begun.
Hello, I'm Bishop T.D. Jakes, and you're watching Brother Steve TV.
Hey, it's LaToya Luckett, and you're watching Brother Steve TV.
This is Rance Allen, and you're watching my friend, Brother Steve TV.
Hey, y'all, this is Leandra Johnson, and you're watching Brother Steve TV.
Hi, this is Rodney Darkchild Jerky. This is Chris Tucker. This is Kirk Franklin.
And you are watching Brother Steve.
And you're watching Brother Steve.
Brother Steve TV.
Stay tuned.
From Hollywood, California, you're watching Brother Steve TV.
It's a praise jam party, yep, it's going up. Brother Steve, the Sunshine Band, that's what's up. Him and his crew, they really making stations nervous. Brother Steve deliver hits like the Postal Service. Must I remind you of his credentials? Brother Steve go hard, he go large, he's monumental. That's it, it's over. A finality, call the Paul Bearers, the station's buried in Cali.
360, going hard for the Lord. It's the Praise Jam Party. Brother Steve is in charge. For all the hot exclusives and the brand new styles, tune in every week. Adjust your radio dial to the most unpredictable show on the airwaves. From the land of the stars to the home of the brave. We go hard for the Lord. Yeah. That's how we rep the Christ. We don't apologize for it. We go hard.
Some people think I couldn't do it. I couldn't pull it off. I couldn't make the phone call. Well, I made the call was made, the answer is made, everything's all good, wonderful, and dandy. Dr. Valerie Daniels Carter is here with me right now, all the way. So we just started laughing when we started talking. Dr.
Hello,
Carter.
Steve.
We just started laughing. When she called me on the phone, we just started laughing. Then we get to what we're going to get to. Then she said, well, this is what we're going to do. Oh, okay.
If you believe that, you all believe everything.
Everything, Dr. Carter. We're going to be conscious of your time, and we're going to make this happen. Thanks for joining us on tonight on our broadcast.
It is my joy to be with one of the greatest individuals I know. Steve Harris, you're just phenomenal.
I appreciate that. That means a lot coming from you. You're one of my greatest inspirations. And let people know Dr. Valerie Daniels Carter is on with us. She's only going to be here for a brief time. And we're going to get right into it. First of all, you are a born entrepreneur. Born entrepreneur to the soul. Right now, I need about 5 people to share this video because she's going to drop some nuggets. She's going to say it so quick. She's going to say it so fast. I went to one of your seminars at one of the women's conventions, and it was in a room, and you dropped some stuff about property and business that messed me up. I think stuff in my living room started shaking in my house back at home. I said, where'd that come from? But you just got it. You know it. You started your first business when you was walking kids to school. How is that? And you was going to school yourself. How was that physically possible?
You know what? You get a window of opportunity, and you're right. That was my first job, my first take at entrepreneurship. Actually, I was first grade, kindergarten. I canvassed my neighborhood and talked to parents about allowing me to walk their kids. We have to walk about now. Truth, this is a true story. About 8 or 10 blocks to school, and these parents wanted their kids protected. I looked a little older than first grader. I didn't tell them I was first grade. I just told them that their kids needed to have someone walk them to school. So for me, every one of those children represented $1.25. And so I had a lot of kids walking them to school every week, $1.25.
Oh my God, every week. But then the funny part is when you got that down pat, then you decided that, hey, it snows in Milwaukee. So I can stay inside while my two brothers shovel snow outside. Tell me about that one.
Well, actually, I wasn't inside, Steve. The reality of it is I was the one that knocked on the door, negotiated with our neighbors to let them know, hey, this snow needs to be shoveled. I've got two guys right here that are willing to handle that for you. And, to work they went. And so as they were shoveling, I was going to the next door neighbor next to that one saying, hey, let's make this happen for you. I think they felt sorry for us, to be honest with you. But I tell you what, it did work.
From those days as an early entrepreneur, you built an empire as one of the most successful female entrepreneurs in America. And what I love about you is that you're touchable, you're humble. I mean, extreme. They'll see you directing the choir. They'll see you preach, I sing, I shout. But then on Monday mornings, evangelist, supervisor, Mother Carter turns into Dr. Valerie Carter on Monday morning. Still preaching, singing, and shouting, but you built the empire where over 132. It has grown over the decades at one point in time to 132 locations.
Yes.
How many
nothing
Burger
but
King
the favor of God.
I mean,
nothing but the faith and favor of God. I tell people that all the time. And if you're true to him, he'll be true to you. And I convince people because he's allowed it to be so in my life. That if you give God something to work with, he can make miraculous things happen. But you got to give him something to work with.
How was that when you bought your first Burger King? Your brother, John Daniels, helped invest into V&J Foods. Valerie and John Daniels, V&J Foods. But you bought one Burger King, but you got crazy about it and decided to get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 22. I mean, who has 40 Burger King? That's a lot of Whoppers.
It's a lot of Whoppers. It's a lot of Whoppers. And I got to tell you, I wanted, and I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit, and I knew people would always have to eat. And so at the time, Burger King had not saturated the market in Wisconsin. And so I looked for different brands as I was looking at and trying to determine which brand I would venture into. And I was actually approved in more than one brand. But because Burger King allowed you to have multiple ownership and also own the real estate, so you really define your own destiny. And that's really key and important in these times that we live in, to be able to define our own destiny. And so for me, it was the platform that I needed. It gave me the structure in a well-defined brand, but it also gave me the ability to have some of the other things that I needed in order to be successful.
Now, let me ask this question. You said a formula years ago. You didn't just go buy the Burger King restaurant. You bought the land it sits on. You were able to maneuver that. Explain that.
Exactly. Because the real estate is the most valuable asset that you have in the business as it relates to a restaurant anyway. Because you can take the sign down It could be Burger King today and it could be McDonald's tomorrow. The land is what has the value along with the product. And the brand is important, but literally, as long as you control the real estate, you control the asset, you control the direction, you control who leases it. Or better say it, you are in charge of how well you define what you need to do with that facility.
I've always wanted to ask you this question. Have you ever drove through one of your drive-thrus as a customer, they didn't know you was the owner?
Absolutely. Well, I think, it's kind of interesting because not only have I still do to this day. And I've disguised my voice. I'll give you one better than that, Steve. Before we became so technologically wonderful in the world, I was blessed to have a gentleman that worked for AT&T when they first came out with surveillance cameras.
No way.
Put some surveillance cameras in some of my restaurants. And this was before all of this technology.
Yeah.
And so one Saturday morning, I went to the office and it was a restaurant in Detroit. And I live in Wisconsin, but I had restaurants in Detroit. I had 27 restaurants in Detroit. And so there's no way you can physically go in each and every restaurant. So on Saturday mornings, I would go it just tells you how old the technology is. I had to have a control box for each restaurant.
Yeah.
And so I went in and I punched the control box of the restaurant, and the restaurant wasn't open, and it was time for them to be open. And I simply just waited until the manager got there. They had no idea these cameras were in the store. And when they got there and they got in the office, I said in a real kind of a deep voice, authoritative voice, "Why are you late?" And they were looking around, trying to figure out where's his voice coming from. Oh my God, what's happening? And I was just laughing because I knew that they did not expect it. They didn't know it. And so that Monday morning, when their district manager called them up and said, "You know what, Mrs. Carter knows you were late on Saturday. What happened?" But it allowed us to have, now they have all this technology. They know when you're online and all that stuff. This is really tells you how long I've been doing this. But this is before the technology became so intelligent.
So it wasn't just Burger King. Then you got Pizza Huts.
Yes. We have multiple brands in multiple states. Burger King, Pizza Hut. We've had a wonderful experience. Annie Ann Pretzels. We have Cinnabon. We have Nino's Southern Sides. We have Jamba Juice. V&J Restaurant. What other? I can go on. All Haagen-Dazs ice cream.
Captain D's.
Captain D's. Coffee Beanery. So
Coffee Beanery.
Coffee Beanery is like a Starbucks.
I know that we go to Coffee Beanery.
See. So we've just looked at the brands, and in the window of time that it made sense for us to acquire them, we acquired them. And then when we got ready and we had to change or make different decisions, we did that too. You can't be so tied to a brand that you don't know when to release a brand. You have to know where the brand is going and whether or not it matches what your direction is. So teaching all these strategies, you got to know when to hold and when to fold. Sometimes we get so attached to things, we don't realize that their value is diminishing, and you got to, cash in while you can. This is all about the principles of leadership and ownership.
I think coming up in October, people who want to learn this from you up close and personal can come meet you in person. I told your staff in one of our meetings, it's like Willy Wonka opening the chocolate factory. It's like you get to come and sit in a room with Dr. Carter for 2.5 days in Milwaukee in October. It's going to be cold. Bring your snowshoes and your coat, but you can listen and be educated about what to do, how to launch your business, how to be an entrepreneur. Share about, it's going to be October 30th through November 1st, but share about what some of the things they're going to learn at this conference? Because I'm gonna get into, you didn't stop at eating, you went into entertainment with the Milwaukee Bucks. Then it's like, I mean, I remember one time, remember you and I was at a convention and you walked in the room and you did one of these numbers. I said, oh gosh, she's looking around the convention and figure out if she can buy this too. It's like, don't say that, y'all. She may buy the building pretty soon. But let's talk about, this conference that's coming up in October. And she's going to do something on the show that's going to be a blessing to people. But talk about this conference in October.
Absolutely. It's called the Excel Conference. And it's for not just entrepreneurs, but leaders. As a matter of
Okay.
fact, my leaders within my company, I'm registering them for the conference because you never can have too much knowledge and you never can be over empowered. And so the conference is October 30th through November 1st in Milwaukee, and it won't be that cold in October. Now, January, you might have a different story, but we will launch the conference to empower individuals, to empower leaders, business leaders, and entrepreneurs, and ministry leaders.
Okay.
Many times we don't understand that ministry is a business as well. As we navigate in the future, in order for your church to be successful, you have to understand the principles of business. So it is designed for all three classes of individuals: entrepreneurs, leaders, and ministry individuals to come and learn the keys for successful leadership, learn about how to take care of yourself, total wellness, and caring for the leader. We're going to talk about the keys for financial success. We've got financial institutions that have agreed to come and look at profiles of individuals to determine how best for them to capitalize their business. We're going to talk about the profile of a great leader. There are certain key things that every leader has, and I'm going to teach that lesson because you won't find a situation where a person is successful in leadership and they don't have some of these traits. And I'm going to tell you what they are. And either you have them or you got to get them. We're going to talk about the 10-step protocol to success, the things you have to ensure that you absolutely know in order to make your business or your organization successfully. And then we're going to talk about AI. How is artificial intelligence going to affect you in the future, your business, your ministry? How is it going to affect your leadership style? What are some of the key things? And we have some phenomenal instructors. I won't be teaching all of the workshops that are coming in to share with us. And then we have some keynote speakers. Simon T. Bailey, as many of you know, is a phenomenal speaker. He's going to be one of our keynoters. Roland Martin, as you guys see him on television all the time. Now, I don't know who's the most handsome, he or Steve. I'm going to let their wives determine that.
Well, I won't be keynote. I'll be keynote in the room or maybe out there shoveling some snow. Keynote, it's going to be a great chance. Somebody asked, my dear friend, Sister Erica is online. And you know what? You can register right now at ValerieDanielsCarter.com. Go to ValerieDanielsCarter.com. If you want to, people right now can pre-register before the early bird register before August. Go there now. She's going to unlock some seats today to open it up. But what's unique about this conference is that, Dr. Gladys Mims Ross is also commenting as well. You got to be at this conference. You need to be there. Share this video. But what's unique about this conference, which I do know on the inside, it's not going to be designed to have thousands of people there. It's an intimate business conference so you all can have one-on-one. Let's talk about that one-on-one setting with the people that's going to be there.
Absolutely, Steve. Because, we could have opened up the conference and, had thousands of people come in and motivated them, and they would have left there without some of the things that they really need in order to really make it in life. So we've kept it to a manageable size for the conference, and we've made it affordable for those people that are absolutely serious about being successful. And that's where I like to spend my time. I like to spend my time with people that are serious about what they're doing. So we've got an early bird registration before August 15th, and then we've made the hotel. We've worked with the hotel, and we have some reasonable hotel rooms at a beautiful hotel here in Milwaukee. So yes, we're going to spend some hands-on time with you as you start or continue to develop and grow your platform. And I really, really want you to know that some of the individuals that are coming in are some of the best in their areas.
Yes.
And I have to share this with you, Steve, because many times, and I'm not ashamed of who I am or what I believe. And sometimes we need inspiration and motivation, and we need to be, as leaders and business individuals, consecrated. So on that Wednesday night, before the conference starts, for those individuals that want to, we're going to come together for 3 hours from 6 until 9. And Dr. Tamara Bennett from California is going to be there to pray with us, pray for our the families that work with us, our employees, those partners that partner with us, and help us pray through a place where I believe takes us to the next level as leaders. Because when you are really good at what you do and you're anointed, nobody can beat you. And so on that Wednesday night, now everybody doesn't have to come, and if they don't feel comfortable praying, that's fine. But one of the secret weapons of success is having peace and tranquility and being able to navigate to where you need to go. And you can only have certain levels of peace and tranquility when you know who you are, whose you are, and where you're going. And so she will be there to work with us on that Wednesday night about just that balance in life. We've got, Dr. Shepard coming in, a board certified psychiatrist, to help us to understand how to navigate our minds and how to focus our thoughts. I could go on and share about Dr. Hardy and one of the greatest financial experts in the country, Valerie Mosley, will be with us.
Yes.
You need to make your money work for you. We don't have enough of it, so we got to use what we got, and we got to allow it to make work for us. So some of these phenomenal individuals, Attorney Allen is coming from Chicago, one of the top law firms in Chicago, going to help us work through this whole strategic AI strategy. So I can't say enough about the conference. You can go to my website, you can register, and I think it'll be a blessing for you.
Before we go, I'll let people know this will be one of 2 interviews, and she may do another with me, but we want to give you all the information. But let me ask you this question. What keeps you so grounded? I mean, you've got entrepreneurs who are at your level. Everybody knows. I mean, I just watched a video I found of Bishop G.E. Patterson calling you out. He said, Dr. Valerie Carter, stand up. And you stood up in Memphis at Mason Temple. He said, that's one of our Kojic multimillionaires. How many restaurants do you get? And you just very humbly grin and say 132. And the whole church just went crazy. I was like, oh my, that's back in the day. But you what? People at your level, you can't get to them. They can't return your call. They got 12 secretaries. They got security all the way around them. What keeps you so grounded? I know the upbringing of your mom and the great things your family did, but why? What keeps you so humble at that level?
Because we're all interdependent on one another. And if I can't help develop and grow you, and you can't help develop and grow me, who really, are we? We have to take time to embrace one another, to love one another. And so for me, at this point in my life, to be honest with you, Steve, it's all about intergenerational transfer. I have an assignment on my life to be able to empower other leaders. There's nothing really that I want that I can't access.
Yeah.
So, what really what real value do you have if you don't take the things that you've learned, both the good and bad, and share with individuals? If I can prevent some of our young leaders, when I was in corporate America, and we're going to talk about this,
Yeah.
how do you grow in corporate America? I'm going to challenge these leaders that are coming to this conference and talk to them about getting on boards. And I'm not just talking about non-for-profit boards. They're
Yeah.
great to be on. They're that stepping stone that helps us to learn. But I'm talking about paying boards where they allow you to leave and they pay you because of your expertise and knowledge and wisdom. So we're going to be talking about all of that kind of stuff because there are not enough people that understand, how do I access a board? How do I get on, GE's board, or how do I get on a board for, Microsoft, and then what do they pay? And boards have a wide range of payment. So your value determines what they'll pay. But if you don't take time to increase your value, you're going to be at the bottom of that totem pole. So we're going to talk about how to increase your value. So we're going to have a great time at the conference. And I encourage everyone to come and be a part of it. I'm excited about it. I can't mentor people, one-on-one every day, but this conference allows me to reach a good selection of people that are serious about moving forward.
Now, you just messed me up with something, and that's deep. Because everybody's used to being on a board, for a nonprofit. They say, oh, well, we want you to give your services and da-da-da-da. But there are boards that pay people to sit on their boards, because I'm going somewhere with this.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, you are the first African-American woman to be the chairman of AAA. Now, my car broke down years ago, and I called you. But I said, hold on. And I told the driver, I said, well, thank you for excellent service. Thank you for picking me up. Thank you for I'm going to tell my friend who's the chairman of AAA, he drove faster. So I said, you were the first African-American woman to be the chairman of AAA.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've been on the AAA board in one form or fashion for now probably over 20 years. And I was blessed to be selected and elected at their national convention as the first African-American female to chair the national board of AAA, over 60 million members. An awesome responsibility, but we were able to manage and do it in excellence.
I can just name the Milwaukee Bucks. You bought the Milwaukee Bucks. They won the NBA championship. You went and bought ownership into your franchises. There, you bought ownership into the Green Bay Packers. It's like, but what I saw a story about you on CBS that they did. I mean, you've been in so many magazines, so many stories. I got tired of scrolling, research. I was like, oh, let me just text her myself and just tell me some more. But you invested into your community around you. So where you grew up at, the high school. Now this part messed me up. You were a professional basketball player on a professional female basketball. I didn't know that existed.
Well, when I graduated college, I was blessed to receive an offer from the Milwaukee Doles. Of course, it's not like the WNBA is today, but I'm not, Caitlin Clark or anything like that. But I chose to take the business route. And I'm grateful for it because I knew where I belonged. But when I graduated from college, here's a true story.
Yeah.
I actually took 2 weeks and went and had a individual that I believed could get a prayer through to pray with me because I had a choice to go down the path of business that didn't offer as much money as they offered me to play professional basketball. But I'm glad I made the right choice because every dollar is not a good dollar.
Oh. She said every dollar is not a good dollar. She played professional basketball. I didn't even know there was a female professional basketball team that's out there or that was available. Her line went out. She's in New York right now, but I want you to know Dr. Carter's coming back on the line in just a few moments. If you want to attend this conference with Dr. Valerie Daniels Carter, just inbox me right now. Send me an inbox right now. She's back on the line. If you want to attend this conference with Dr. Valerie Daniels Carter, just put in the comments right now, I want to attend. I want to attend. She's coming back on the line in 3 seconds. If you want to attend this conference with Dr. Valerie Daniels Carter, just put in the comments. If you're interested in coming, I want to attend. She's back on the line. She's actually traveling on the road right now in corporate business meetings, but she stopped to do this interview with us on tonight. Dr. Carter, I know you're back with us right now. People are just going to love coming to Milwaukee. They can come, they can go. If you want to attend this conference, put in the comments right now, I want to attend. Hello, my dear friend. Every dollar is not a good. All right, Sister Chandra Cooper out there watching our broadcast right now. If you want to attend this conference right now, put in the comments, I want to attend. Dr. Carter, you back with us there on today. People are just commenting. They love what you're saying. One quick question. Somebody asks all the time, how do you start your first franchise if you have no money or no resources? What advice could you give for someone to just start a franchise? Everybody can't just buy a Burger King, but how would you just start a franchise? She's there. I'm waiting for her. Can you hear us, Dr. Carter? We're waiting for her to come back online. I know she's there. I'm waiting for her to be able to hear us. Dr. Carter, are you able to hear us? Right there. Hello, are you there? I don't know if she can hear us right now. We're waiting for her to come back on the line. But we want to make sure that she gets her microphone back on and she can hear us. Whenever you hear us, let us know that you can hear us back on the line. If you want to attend this conference with Dr. Valerie Daniels Carter, make sure that you can go to her website, valeriedanielscarter.com, and you can make sure you register right now for the conference. You want to secure your spot. You want to secure your seats so you can hear us, on the conference. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of great, people at this conference. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be October 30th through November 1st in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Now, what I need you to do is go to ValerieDanielsCarter.com right now or within the next 24 hours and secure your seat. People say they want to come. You must come. You don't want to miss it. Erica, God bless you. She wants to attend the conference. Montel Jones, Montez, he wants to attend the conference. We got a question to ask Dr. Carter when she comes back in. Pastor Legenda Cloud out there watching our broadcast. She wants to attend the conference. It's a must-attend conference. You really, really may want to be there. Erica Rush, she said she has to attend the conference. Pastor, administrator, dear friend, Adrian Jones, she wants to attend the conference. Dr. Carter is back with us right now. The people are commenting right now. Dr. Carter, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, Steve.
Okay, great. We're good. You're still perfect. I told everybody that you're traveling, you're in business meetings, you're like literally in between your next appointment, but you stopped to do this interview. And I know you're in New York, and we thank God for New York. But you see, the people are commenting. The people want to attend this conference. The people want to go. Let me ask you this. And you mentioned about you, but would you suggest maybe a leader brings 3 or 4 people on his team so he can help develop his team? Like he may be having some struggles or challenges. Do you suggest they can? Because it's not a church service. We're not here hollering, hand on hands, and throwing the sheet out. We're not doing that. It's going to be, we're going to pray the first day, but after that, it's business. It's about getting your mindset and give you the tools, not just saying you need to work hard, you need to push forward. No, you're actually giving them the resources to help them do what they got to do.
Absolutely. And like I shared with you, all of my directors, my team members I want them there because I want them to know what I know because they will only make my company better. So, from my perspective, if you have leaders that you want to empower, you want to encourage, um, and you want them to have tools that can help you be better, help your organization be better, and help them be better. Because if they become better, guess what? They'll make someone else better. So, we're planning. My directors from Michigan, New York, all over. They're coming to be a part of this because I want them to hear the workshops that will be going on financial management. Not only will it help them to manage my finances that they control better, but in their own life. It's not just about you. You gotta have the ability to spread the knowledge so they'll be able to empower their own families and their own businesses as they grow their companies that eventually they may have. I'm not afraid for somebody else to be successful. I'm not afraid to share what I know.
Let me ask you this question, and I'm going to wrap it up. We've got so much to talk about. We'll do it on the next show. But what's like the age limit that you suggest? It's not. What do you think would be a good age for someone to come and learn and be in this room? Because I know we're getting ready to open up about 5 and 6, 10 registrations right now. We're unlocking them right now. If you want to go register for this conference, go to the website, share this video, share the video, go to our website and secure your seat right now. What age do you think would be good for someone to come? Because I don't want them to become too young. Or what do you say?
Well, as you know, I don't have an age limit on it because it really depends on the person. If you would have asked me, should I own a Burger King, and I wasn't 30 years old yet, they would have said no way. And as a matter of fact, if you read my book, Your Business is His Business is Where Destiny Takes You, it shares how difficult it was for a young African-American female to be taken seriously about opening a Burger King restaurant. So, and not only did I just open it, I built my first restaurant from the ground up, the construction, everything. So, what did I know about construction management? I learned it on the job. How did I learn it? Because I wasn't going to be defeated. And so those are the kinds of things that we want to share with individuals. You may not have all of the information or all of the knowledge that you need, but you need to know how to access it. And so I had some great tutors and teachers and partners that helped me to do what I needed to do. You can't do it all. And it's not all about you. But you put together a team that'll make them shake in their, well, I won't go through that, but
yes.
It really is, Steve. It's not really, so much about age as it is about, how serious are you about being successful?
I'm going to show you something, and and the next time we bring you on, we're going to play this wonderful commercial that we're going to be sharing with the people that they can watch and learn and register. But we want the people to go attend. We want you to share this video. This is a rare Dr. Carter. We call it opening the chocolate factory. You get to sit with her, be at the conference, be in the room, bring pen, pad, and paper. But when you see this picture right here, what goes to your head when you see this picture right there?
Oh my gosh. Well, the first thing that goes to my head is, oh boy, how many pounds have I gained? That is amazing. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. That's good, Steve. That's good. That's good. But you know what? It was my beginning.
Okay.
And who knows where your ending is going to be. And that's what you have to decide. Everybody knows where you can begin.
Right.
But nobody will know where you can end.
Were there a lot of in your book that you wrote, and your books are now available on your website right now, ValerieDanielsCarter.com. But one of the most amazing stories, that I'm going to actually do my interview with you probably when I get to Milwaukee. I've been waiting, but I'm going to do this interview. But you actually, you talked about it, how serious you were, and some of those other men didn't take you serious. So you packed your bags and you went on a hunting trip. They went to hunt somewhere and you showed up too. Tell me about that. Shows you're serious in what you got to do.
Absolutely. You got to read the story in the book. I won't give it justice in this short period of time, but for sure, it is a true story. I know the way we've written it, you kind of say, is this real?
Wow.
And the answer was yes. And sometimes you have to just take chances and you have to have determination and you have to have stamina and you just can't take down because someone doesn't do what they were supposed to do. That's not your fault. Then you do what you have to do if they don't do what they're supposed to do. But don't get me started on that piece of it because that is what it takes.
Wow. Now I'm gonna do this, and I promise you, I'm gonna get ready to wrap up. People are commenting right now that they want to attend the conference. They want to come to the conference October 30th through November 1st. October 30th through November 1st. Go to ValerieDanielsCarter.com. If you're not able to register today, do it tomorrow. But make sure. Here's the deal: there's only going to be so many seats in the room, and when those seats are filled and done, that is it. That is all. Go to her site, register for the conference. What goes to your head when you see this picture?
Oh my God. That tells you a 20-something-year-old girl.
20?
I was in my 20s when I built my first burger. Why do you think I'm so young now? What are you talking about? You know.
Wait a minute. Is that the property on Lisbon Avenue?
That is the property on Lisbon Avenue. I own it to this day. And you have to understand, Steve, I've been doing this for 42 years. And that's why it is so critically important for me to make sure other leaders and entrepreneurs and ministry leaders, because I didn't do this and set aside ministry.
Okay,
I did this inside of ministry. And I want to talk to individuals about understanding why ministry is important. If you give God something to work with, and I tell people this all the time, then he can create what needs to be created. Steve, you know this because you've interviewed so many people across this country. There are people that talk the talk, but my goal is to walk the walk.
Wow. Wow. I'm about to wrap this up. Now, this picture is one of my favorite. You holding that trophy like she's like, now, it can't get no gooder than that. I bought the team. I prayed for the team. I sent out text messages to the team members, and now we got world champion.
Absolutely.
Now that ain't Photoshop, saints and friends. That's not Photoshop at all.
Absolutely. That was a great day. That was a great day.
Man, Dr. Carter, I like one of my friends is saying the level of faith and determination is absolutely amazing. I think people are going to share this. She says, which book was that mentioned? It's on her website. It's the green cover. Well, you just get all her books. I mean, they're good reads. I sat and read one of her books like 3 times and still pull the book out to read, to refresh. Dr. Carter, any closing advice, word of encouragement you want to give to an entrepreneur right now? Let me put up your website so people can know to go there right now. Go to ValerieDanielsCarter.com, secure your registration. What will be smart, I think what will be smart is if you know somebody else that is as serious as you are that want to be at this conference, so that you don't go to a conference by yourself, call them up on the phone and say, watch this video of this interview I saw. And then y'all go together. That means you can go secure your hotel room, to go and be there with your colleague. Now, we ain't talking about no foolishness now. You go, and it's a business conference. That way you have a business associate you can help them, pour into them, and they can pour into you. Any closing comments or words you want to say to encourage any entrepreneurs and saints and friends watching this broadcast right now?
No, Steve, the only thing I would say is when I was developing my organization, I wish I had had an Excel conference. Wow. Because I probably would have been so much further down the road. But at the time, it did not exist. And that's one of the reasons I've decided to create it. We've started over 2,700 people in business in Africa in the last 7 years. And we've done it through initiatives that have empowered them to own and operate their own business. I have to bring my teaching and my information to people here in the U.S. that are serious about, bridging the gap.
You said 2,700 people you put in business in Africa?
Absolutely. In the last 7 years, 2,700 people.
And at one point in time, you had 4,500 employees working for you.
Over 5,000 employees. So, I mean, it's just, and I keep telling individuals, the sky's the limit. Don't cut off your limits.
Wow. That's deep. Dr. Carter, I'm going to end with that. The sky's the limit. Don't cut off your limit. Well, I'm going to let Dr. Carter pray us out. I can just go on, but it's 47 minutes past the hour. And you gave information and nuggets. People need to go register for this conference, get there, secure your seat. I will say once the seats are filled and gone, that's it. That's all. Make your way to Milwaukee. My last comment, and I'm not going to get in your business, but you speak for corporate America people, for major corporations, and they pay you thousands upon thousands to open your mouth and to show up. But at this conference, for a couple $100, they can get you and all these speakers for 2.5 days in the same room. Not no big arena where you got to sit way up here and look down. No, you get to sit there and learn at this conference. Dr. Carter, you shared it. You shared it and you said it. Can you give us a closing prayer as we wrap out? The saints are friends. People are commenting right now on our broadcast live. They want to come. Information. Can you give us a closing prayer, Dr. Carter, as we end our broadcast right now?
Absolutely. Father, for all things, we are thankful and grateful for your goodness, your mercy, and your care. First of all, I want to thank you for the work of Brother Steve, what he does to empower individuals and to share so much information. I ask that you look on his family, look on his daughter and his wife. And then for those that are listening or those that listen to this broadcast, I ask that you will give them the wherewithal in order to navigate to their assignment that you have for them and give them the ability to create not only destiny for today, but for generations to come. Thank you for all that you have done. Bless our homes, our businesses, bless our organizations that we represent. This is my prayer. In Jesus' name, amen.
Woo! Almost gave you an offer for that prayer, but I figure I'll hold on to it right now. People are still commenting. You are a legend. They love you. Go to ValerieDanielsCarter.com. If you want more information about the conference, you want to call me up. Say, Steve, I really want to go. Okay, call me up, and I'll give you more details and information. In a couple of days, we're going to release the mega commercial. You're going to see who she is. Google her. That's what we say on the conference. Just Google her. She's humble. She's approachable. She's real people. Google her, ValerieDanielsCarter.com, and you'll see. Make sure all roads lead to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, October 30th through November 1st. Thank you so much, Valencia. Thank you, Dr. Sandra, to the whole crew and team. Dr. Carter, this is great. They won't stop. They won't stop commenting. So I'm just going to cut the show off because they won't stop. But you can come and you can comment all day long in Milwaukee. Set your plans, set your schedule right now to be in Milwaukee. No matter how young, how old you are, you can always learn something new.
Thank you so much, Steve. And I see my good friend, Dr. Ross, online. And I just want to, shout out a holler to her. She is a phenomenal woman that knows financial management like none other. And to all of you that are listening to Steve, it's just great to see you commenting. Thank you so much for your encouragement. Yeah. Because certainly we as leaders need to encourage one another. So, Steve, let me leave by saying this. I encourage you. I believe in you. I trust you. Why? Because you have the power to win.
That's it. The Power to Win broadcast. Amen. You can go to her website, watch her videos. She's giving out so much free information. Make sure you're there. Thank you, Lady Kimberly. We're going to take this call. Dr. Carter, we'll see you again. Hold on one second. From Hollywood, California, make sure you are at the Excel Conference. We'll see you soon.
We go hard. That's how we rep the price. We don't apologize for. And I'm over there, producer. We can take your record and